And why should I have to pay? I asked indignantly. Don't ask why. Just keep paying and give us a break, my sister-in-law replied. It was as if she looked down on me, like I was just some obstacle in her way. Look, if you understand, can you please just give me $1,000 right now? She continued. I knew that if I gave in, things would only get worse, but I never expected what happened next. My name is Amara. My husband Colton and I live at my in-laws' house. My in-laws are nice to me and Colton is nice to me, so I feel I'm accepted. But not Juniper. She seems to see me as a threat. Colton may be concerned about you, but I just don't care, she declares. My sister-in-law seems to dislike the fact that I'm younger than her. Everyone gets older, a fact which she despises. If I say anything or respond to her, she doubles down on me. So I'm powerless. Oh, I'm sorry I broke your favorite mug, Juniper said with a grin. What? I exclaimed. Then I saw the mug I'd brought from my parents' house was completely shattered. I didn't do it on purpose, she defended herself. But that's not even the point. I've been using that mug for a long time, and it's very important to me, and it was destroyed as a result of Juniper's harassment. I was so depressed that I told Colton about it that day. Everything I care about is going to be destroyed by her, I lamented. Colton became enraged when he heard this, but you know my sister is stubborn and self-centered, and she's always been. Juniper thinks she's the most important person in the house. Colton feels powerless to defy her, and it's not just Colton. His parents seem powerless to defy Juniper too. One day, as I accidentally glanced at her, Juniper snapped, "What exactly is your problem? Do you have an issue with me?" No, I have nothing to complain about, I hurried to reply, though my voice wavered, betraying the frustration I was trying to suppress. Even though we were glaring at each other, I was surprised to hear her say such a thing, but Juniper continued, "You really think I'm a moron, don't you?" "As if I'm some old woman who can't marry," she retorted, her voice laced with both defiance and hurt. "What? That's not what I think," I protested, raising his hands defensively. "It makes no difference to me whether you're married or not." But she was suddenly all paranoid. "Stop lying. I'm older than you, unmarried, and you make fun of me. It irritates me that you think of me that way," Juniper concluded. It was a nasty thing for Juniper to say, and it was all in her head. But then she unexpectedly added, "But it's okay because I'm getting married." "What? Really? Congratulations." I was confused. I was thinking, then what was all that yelling about? I suppose she just wanted to vent, but then I found out what Juniper really wanted. "So I want you to leave the house," she demanded, her voice firm and unwavering. What? I stammered, my eyes widening in shock. "Because if you're here, my husband can't live here, right? I don't even want to marry into his family, and I sure don't want to live with them, so we'll live here," my sister-in-law explained. I had no idea what she meant. She didn't want to marry into the family? I guess I could accept that, but I couldn't figure out why she was kicking me out. "Oh please, I'm already a member of this family," I said firmly. It was the first time I'd ever rebelled to her face. This enraged Juniper. "What? How dare you question me? You're my sister-in-law. You're so arrogant. This is why I despise young people. You have no sense of respect," she shouted, her voice laced with indignation as she looked me up and down with disdain. I thought it was more disrespectful of her to start yelling at me out of nowhere, but I couldn't say anything, so I just stood there and let her abuse me. My sister-in-law continued to insult me for the next few days. I hate to admit it, but I could not believe anyone would marry a person like her. My sister-in-law's wedding day finally arrived. "Remember what we talked about? You need to leave," Juniper said in a demanding tone. "Yes, I understand," I replied, packing my things and left my in-laws' house, feeling the weight of an uneasy farewell. Days passed, but then I got a surprise visit from my sister-in-law. She came to me, her face streaked with tears, apologizing in a way I hadn't expected. "Amara, what exactly is going on?" she said, visibly upset. "What? What's the problem? Why are you crying?" I inquired. "It's Colton. It's not just Colton, my parents. They're upset too. They claim you were taking care of the finances," she responded. "Actually, I'm a full-time career woman, not a full-time housewife. Because I work remotely, I'd always worked from home at my in-laws' house," Juniper didn't seem to understand how things worked. I was the one making money, the one supporting the household. Colton's a full-time house husband, and I left because I was so angry with you, I explained. Juniper flushed when I said this. I'm not kidding. Please come back. Everyone blames me that you left. They blame me for making their life so hard, she begged. Whatever else I may have thought, I believed she deserved this. Why should I feel guilty when I only left because Juniper told me to? I'd consider it if you beg. Get down on your knees and beg me, I said. What? Come on, I would never do something like that. Think about your position, she replied. Juniper, it seemed, was the one who was confused about her position, and if she continued to speak to me that way, her situation would not improve. Just so you know, Juniper, if you continue to act like this to me, I'm never coming back, I remarked. Juniper began to panic again when I said this. What? Wait a second, why? She asked. Because you don't even seem sorry, I replied. Juniper acted like she had no idea what was wrong, like she didn't get that she couldn't treat people like this. She seemed completely convinced that she hated me from the bottom of her heart. Just come back. If you don't, my parents will be furious again, she insisted. And it was so obvious that she was only trying to get me to come back, because she didn't want her family to be angry with her. I was so stunned I couldn't even speak. I'm at a loss for words. At the very least, I won't be back anytime soon. In the meantime, go ahead and be irritated. I was tired of this and tried to cut the conversation short, but she said, wait a second, you're not done talking to me. Please just come back for a minute. There was no way I was going to return like that, as if we were just going to sit and have a cup of tea. She said whatever she wanted, without any regard for anyone's feelings. I have an idea, Juniper said, delighted. In any case, it's probably a bad idea, I retorted. You actually don't have to return after all, my sister-in-law added. Huh? I exclaimed. This was unexpected. I was thinking, so what will she say now? You don't need to go home. You simply transfer your funds. Everything will be fine that way, Juniper concluded. What? I exploded. She began to say some really ludicrous things. Just keep transferring funds. Why would I do that? I'm a genius after all. If you do that, my husband and I will be able to live with my parents without you, she continued. You're kidding, why would I do that? I asked, perplexed. Then Juniper's face turned bright red. Why are you doing this to me? It's my parents' home. You have no reason to be so arrogant. Juniper's expression was terrifying, as if she were a demon. It was as if she looked down on me, like I was just some obstacle in her way. And why should I pay? I asked indignantly. Don't question why. Just keep paying and give us a break, my sister-in-law replied. This was not only absurd, but also such narcissistic thinking. How could she be so self-centered? Look, if you understand, please can you just give me $1,000 right now? Juniper grabbed my hand as she said this. Please don't do this. It hurts, I cried out, but Juniper still didn't let go of her grip. Don't defy me, I'm the law, be my money machine, she demanded. I tried to call my parents, but they were out. I was thinking about what to do when I heard a voice. Amara, are you okay? To my surprise, Colton was there. Apparently, he'd found out that Juniper had come to his house and rushed over. What? Colton, why are you here? His sister asked. What are you doing to Amara, Juniper? What the hell are you doing? He exclaimed indignantly. Thanks to Colton, I was saved in the nick of time. She left because of you, Juniper, and you hurt her, my husband continued. What are you talking about? Amara left on her own. It's not my fault, she retorted. Until now, Colton had always been weak when it came to Juniper, but now I was very happy that he was worried about me and helping me in this crazy situation. What are you smiling about? It's your fault for leaving in the first place, Juniper snapped at me. I kept telling her she was the one who told me to leave. Sis, stop abusing Amara. I've kept quiet until now, but I won't let you get away with it anymore. Colton was really angry at Juniper. What the hell? You've been disobeying me since when did you become such a cocky little brother? Juniper was becoming more irrational and heated by the moment. What she was saying was so incoherent that she probably didn't even know what she was saying. You wait and see. I'm ordering Amara to keep transferring money to us. Now shut up, Colton, she commanded. When he heard this, Colton's face turned red, and he started yelling. "What in the hell are you thinking? Who are you to say that to me?" An epic sister and brother fight started right outside the house. "Amara is my wife. You want my wife to keep transferring money to you? How much more insulting do you have to be?" My husband snapped furiously. "What? Why are you so angry? I don't understand," my sister-in-law said, bewildered. "It's because you keep saying crazy things to Amara. I'm her husband, and I'm going to protect her," he explained. "Colton, I can't believe you're sticking up for her. It's her fault. She got married before me. Also, she's so young and beautiful," his sister added. As Juniper's words grew more outrageous, I found myself regretting more and more that I hadn't left my in-laws' house long ago. This was all about Juniper's jealousy. I couldn't believe I'd been mistreated by this person, for such a stupid reason. "You've got to be kidding me. When you compare yourself to others like that, you will always be ugly at heart," Colton said emphatically. Juniper was about to explode with anger. It was as if he'd read her mind. "What? Don't be ridiculous. Whose heart is ugly? I really can't stand you. You both need to get out of my house." When she said that, Colton looked as if he had an idea. "Yeah, let's do that just for the hell of it," he uttered. "What?" My sister-in-law tried to object. He took my hand and we started walking away. "Wait a second. Where are you going?" she exclaimed. "Well, we're leaving Mom and Dad's," my husband said calmly. "Huh?" his sister uttered, confused. "Mom and Dad will understand, but they'll need care soon, so you'll have to take care of them," Colton added casually. Naturally, Juniper began to protest. "You've got to be kidding. My husband won't take care of them." "Well, why don't you do it by yourself? Mom and Dad said they don't want me to do it. They want you to do it," he concluded. "Why would they say that?" My sister-in-law was perplexed. "Because you're the eldest," her brother added. It seemed things were looking pretty bleak for Juniper. Juniper is not a caretaker, and she would not be able to care for her parents. From what I've heard, it seemed unlikely that her husband would be willing to help out either. "Oh, Colton, please don't leave. You have to take care of Mom and Dad. Besides, we'll need your income too," she pleaded. How selfish can she be, I thought. Why not depend on your husband for your income? You've put Amara through so much trouble. I don't think that argument will work. Colton was talking without even looking her in the eye. It was as if he'd already given up on her. "Don't say that. We're a family. We have to help each other." My sister-in-law disagreed. "We have to help each other? But who's the one who's been acting selfishly? At least try treating our parents with some gratitude." Colton seemed really angry at what had taken place. He spoke plainly, but I could sense the anger in his words. "Wait, please don't go. I don't want to be a caregiver. I just got married and now my marriage is going to get worse," Juniper lamented. Then Colton and I signed a contract for an apartment, and we decided to live there. Juniper didn't have enough money to move out of her parents' house, so she stayed, and her husband and she are living there while taking care of her parents. Now her husband is angry with her, saying it wasn't supposed to be like this. He abuses her every day, and her spirit is worn out. Now she finally understands what I'd been subjected to every day. I'm now the mother of a child, and Colton and I live happily ever after.